Let me explain what happened. So, the topic this year is the journey towards coexistence. And we're going to talk about this today. And we started with a project called Brain Art. Brain Art is a collaboration, the coexistence between technology and humans, a human talent and code. I started this project a couple of years ago, and I wanted to explore the capacities of the human brain. Are we really using our brain? Not only this, I always wanted to be an artist. But I don't have many of the skills as most of the artists that can paint and draw. My skills were based on coding, mathematics, and logic. I see some of you with the same feeling. But I wanted to be a whole human being and exercise my right and left side of the brain. Brain Art is a project that explores this. So how does it work? Mr. Chung was wearing a device. It's an electric encephalogram, a portable electric encephalogram. Back in the days, to use an electroencephalogram, you would have to go to the hospital. It was a $10 million machine, and you'd use it sometimes for not a very good reason. But with the advancement of technology, we can have a portable device. And this device can measure brain activity. Yes, if we think, if we feel, there is measurement, electric measurements. Those are some of the waves, you might have heard about those waves, is some of the variables that I've used, capturing the emotions and the brain activity of Mr. Chung. Gamma, beta, alpha, theta, delta. And these devices are able to capture expressions. So if any of us, we blink, we move our face, we can detect a pattern in our brains. Not only this, emotions. Not like love or hate, but more like focus, excitement. And also cognitive activity. What does it mean? Imagine that you're thinking about something very abstract, like the concept of left. And you think left, left, left. What we do with this device is that we measure the brain activity and the pattern of the activity in your brain to understand that you're thinking about left. Yes, we could drive a car with something like this. And this is a very dramatic picture. That's me. And this is in my house. I think on, and I turn on the lights of my house, just thinking. And I think off, and they turn off. So it is easier than you think. We just have to explore technology and combine technology and humanity. And soon, okay, this is not me. And soon, we're going to be able to extrapolate our brain power, like Professor Xavier. And what we did is a very unique piece of art that was generated by the motions by Mr. Chung here on stage. Actually, it's a collaborative piece of work. The music, his brain, our presence, the moment, and what was generated will never repeat ever again. I'm going to try to find a way to send an email with all of you with this piece of art that we just composed. Maybe you can mint an NFT. Journey towards coexistence. That's the main topic. But we're going to also talk about the human renaissance in the era of robots. My claim is that we should be more humans and not more robots. And our fascination by robots, didn't start now. Fascination is not from today, from old movies. It shows a little bit how old I am, right? If you have this reference. On many other movies that we admire, and even in the kids' dreams, and robots that can take a very menace images or nihilistic, like this one from Futurama. But robots are in our lives, and more and more. And sometimes we wanted to be robots. But perhaps some robots, they want to be like us.
To let you know, I can really shake them down. Do you love me?
To be or not to be? Do we want to be robots? Do they want to be like us? But the reality is that they are among us. Some say they were taking our jobs. It's about coexistence. I'm Alberto Levy, and this talk is going to be about music and emotions and education and robots and AI. But if you allow me, as I'm also a professor from IE University, I want to talk about education. Education that most of us, if not all of us, we had. Are we being educated to be humans or robots? And that's a big claim and a big question in this session that we're going to have today here. Are we humans or robots? Did we study to be humans or robots? So I want to talk a little bit about creativity. And some people say that creativity is very humane, that robots, AI, computers that cannot be creative. But let's understand this a little bit. Sir Ken Robinson, in an amazing TED Talk, was telling about this, that children, they have a high level of creativity before entering school. And we know this. We observe kids. They are very creative. They're experimenting the world and seeing the world, perhaps literally for the first time. They were playing with ants. They were eating the ants. They were exploring. There was no boundaries for them. But at 7 years old, 7 years of age, only 10% maintained this high ranking. And if we think about adults, only 2% are considered creative. And what happens? What happens is that at school, we learn to be non-creative. We put in a box that's similar to one of this, and then although we learn differently, we have to behave the same. This is not good for our humanity. And I don't know if you have this reference, but thanks to Industrial Revolution, education that before that was just for the elite became more of a universal education. So the modern education system came because of this. They needed people to work on those machines. So they needed specialized work. So they were starting to give education for people, but very specialized to fulfill some of the needs in the factory. But educational system was designed like this, specialized in one thing. I studied computer engineering, very, in a way, monolithic. Education is based on repetitive exercises. You repeat, you repeat, you repeat, you repeat, and memorizing data, and obeying orders, and to compete. What is your grade? What is your grade? What is my grade? Competition. You heard about STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Well, for me, it's not a great thing. Although I'm a computer engineer, I come from a very strong tech background. Well, I felt incomplete when I finished my engineering. That's why I studied art, because STEM has a big flaw. There's an A missing. We should be talking about STEAM, science, technology, art, engineering, art, mathematics, or A as anything else. It's not just one side of the brain, not just in the robot side. If you look at the computers, look at the similarities with the educational system. Computers and robots, they love specialized work. Yes or no? Yes. They love repetitive work, and they do it ad eterno. They do it, they do it, they do it. They love data. They blindly obey. You cannot hear one of those saying, I don't feel like doing it. They're going to do it. They don't charge, they don't rest. But, well, educational system and computers, they're very, very similar. In the center of robots, we're teaching our children to be robots. We're teaching the same that we teach our computers. And then that's how they're prepared, is how we insert them in the workforce to do repetitive work. And we prepare them for jobs that will disappear very, very soon. Actually, we're studying hard to be low-quality artificial intelligence because we cannot compete with the intelligence of those computers, or the speed of processing and the precision. So we studied hard to be a low-quality artificial intelligence. Humans, we're very different. We need emotions. Thanks to dopamine, we learn. We need those emotions. We're very good handling the unpredictable. In computers, you know, the blue screen of death, bomb, I don't know what to do here. And we as humans, we're very good in handling the unpredictable. We're very good connecting things, they're different. That's why when you talk about, genius, Einstein, Da Vinci, Marie Curie, Ferran Adrian, we think they're genius, but they're combining different things to make things even better. In critical sense, we're humans. We can think about something if it's right or wrong. Do you remember? Maybe you don't remember. You're not born. But in history, we see that, they were saying that the sun was spinning around the earth. And we know that's not correct. That's the other way around. But back in the days, we would have to, bow down and say, yes, yes. But who said that? Oh, God. Okay, so I'll accept that. I'm not against God, but we cannot, have God saying things that are not true through our words. So critical sense is very important. And collaboration. We're very, very good in collaborating. Instead of doing things by ourselves, collaboration is important. We're very different, cognitively speaking, and we have different backgrounds, different ideas, different emotions. Collaboration is very, very important. So we spent 200 years educating ourselves as opposed to how humans work because of Industrial Revolution. Do you remember, have you heard about the word sabotage? Sabotage, they say, I don't even know if it's a true story. They say that came from people throwing the sabot, in France, Industrial Revolution, throwing the shoes in the machines of the first Industrial Revolution. The machines would break and they would say, see, we don't break, we're humans. And these machines, they don't work really well. We cannot compete against computers in things they're good at. At the same time, a computer cannot compete against us. Have you heard about this? The robots or AI is taking our jobs? A lot of people are talking about this. It didn't start now. Well, some of the jobs I hope they take from us because they're not very humane jobs and we just don't have an alternative. So please take them. Not everything, but take them. But actually, to be honest with you, computers and AI won't take all of the jobs. They will transform jobs as any other disruptive technology in history. Now, the British, those are the ones that have better and more data about, labor, work, employment, unemployment. And with every big disruptive technologies that came, we didn't see a lot of difference in the global unemployment. Internet didn't take people's jobs. And AI will not take most of our jobs. But yes, we have to adapt. Should we be afraid? Well, some people are very alarmist. When books were becoming more popular and they could, massify the production of books, there was this big wave of parents saying, don't give books to kids. We're going to alienate them. No books to kids. This is not good. And of course came radio. No radio for our kids. They're going to alienate. And TV. Don't give TV to our kids and don't give video games. So this is coming over and over again. And of course, cell phone is not about the technology. It's about education, how to use those devices. Yeah, sometimes I think it's too much. I don't know if you know what is this picture about. It was early 2023. This is LeBron James. He's a great basketball player from an NBA, and he was breaking the record of points scored. Before him was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, if you like basketball, and he was, they knew that in that game he could score that amazing, record. It's really hard to break this record. More than 38,000 points scored, and people watching. Were they watching? What do you see here? I just zoomed the same picture. People were not even watching. They were behind their devices. They had an important historical moment in front of us, and we're just, letting those moments to pass. The problem is not the technology, it's our behavior technology. So maybe it's too much. It's fine. Some people felt shy. They were recording me. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's fine. It's also, we're going to have this recording later. And I don't know if you remember this. With Hillary Clinton, everyone gave her back because the self is more important than see Mrs. Hillary Clinton. This is not AI-generated image. It's like something we're doing wrong. And again, the problem is not technology. We had the first industrial revolution, the second industrial revolution, the third industrial revolution in computers and robots came to, to penetrate the society And of course, the fourth industrial revolution that is bringing so many more disruptive technologies, like some that they are here. And not only there are many, many disruptive technologies happening in a very short period of time, now we're combining them. This will make a very big, big impact. And then, of course, artificial intelligence. Who did not play with ChatGPT? Everyone. But what is artificial intelligence? Let me try to define, as a professor that I am, I'll bring you a couple of definitions, is a computer program designed to perform certain operations that are considered typical of human intelligence. Self-learning. I do self-learning because there are some nuances there. And intelligence is the faculty of mind, of our, of us humans, that allows us to learn, understand, to reason, to make decisions, and the most important thing here, to form a particular idea of reality. What is reality? I'm sorry to say, but the reality is different for us because of our background, our understanding of the world, the way we live, where we live, and we form this particular idea of reality. You might have seen this, Cora, came a couple of months ago, and not only with a prompt, with text, we can generate amazing images, but we can generate amazing videos. So you write down what is in the bottom, and with this text, you generate images like this. Text to video is getting better and better and better. So you think, wow, there's nothing can be better than this, but of course things will be better than this. Recently I saw this research being done. So this is the Cora lady that you might recognize, and these researchers, what they did, they got one picture of that video, one picture, and they're doing things like this. That's it.
Yeah, I think this is right now an inflection point where we're sort of, redefining how we interact with digital.
So things are getting interesting, right? And of course, if you have this technology in your hands, you can do so many things. We can ask her to sing.
Did a full 180
from one image. And I don't know if you heard about Audrey Hepburn. Of course, she passed away. And then we can bring her to life.
I never knew you were the someone waiting for.
So some people are saying that now we can live forever. Imagine that you have a picture of your grandfather, and maybe you recorded the voice, the sound of his voice, or the way he says things, and we train the system. Perhaps we can have this in the future, have a conversation with people that passed away. Maybe this is a way of having, life after death. But can AI be as creative as humans? And this, I was giving a conference and came from a professor that made me think. And as my MBA students respond, it's complicated. Any question asked my MBA students, they respond, it's complicated. And here's the same. So yes, they can be in some contexts, creative. AI can produce outputs that are indistinguishable from human-created works in certain contexts. And we see songs created by AI, images created by AI. We don't know if they are created by humans or not. In certain contexts, they are creative or even more creative. In other contexts, no. When it comes to creativity that requires emotional nuance, deep understanding of cultural context, ability to innovate from a place of personal experience and intuition, AI cannot do this. And we saw the performance of Professor Mr. Chung at the very beginning. That emotion is really, really complex for any system to do. So AI creativity is based on pattern recognition generation. And human creativity, consciousness, emotions, and intentionality. We're doing things with intention. While AI can be creative in some ways, it's not yet capable of replicating the depth and complexity of human creativity. So I told you about that perception of reality, right? Are we team humans or team robots? If you have to team up, which team would you get? So we're going to do a game with you, if you're okay with this. The game is called Hot Dogs or Hot Legs. So I want everyone to participate. I show these pictures to an AI system. And I ask the AI system, hey, is this a hot dog or a hot leg? I will not tell you now the results, but I want you, Team Human, to participate. You ready? I'm going to show you a picture, and then you say hot dog or hot leg. Good? Let's start. Hot dog or hot leg? What? Both. Hi. Okay, it's hot leg. You think so? Okay, this one. Okay, we might have, consensus here. This one. See that I'm putting a new variable here for your system. There's no ketchup before, now there's ketchup. I'm trying to, mess with your pattern recognition algorithm. Hot dog or hot leg? Now, there is another variable here. We have some mustard. Hot dog or hot leg? Oh, no consensus. The previous, everyone, yes, hot legs, and now, yeah, you're trying to figure things out. Hot dog or hot legs? Hot dogs or hot legs? I truly hope those are hot dogs. Hot dogs or hot legs? So this is where my algorithm thinks, blue screens, I was not expecting. And again, I hope those are legs. Okay, so actually, most of the systems that I tried this, they were not very good at identifying hot dog or hot leg. And those systems, they love when we humans tell them what is a hot dog or hot leg. It's called assisted learning. But if we have a wrong idea of reality, what happens to those systems? They're going to confuse hot legs with hot dogs. It is not their fault. It's our responsibility. In some of the images, we didn't have consensus. Because we're humans. It is fine. We have some mistakes. But when we give the absolute truth to those systems, they're going to call them hot legs or hot dogs forever. Because that's the idea of reality. Thank you for playing hot dogs or hot legs. Coexistence. Coexistence, the main topic of this whole event. And coexistence might happen, should happen. And of course, I use this image on purpose because recently, the author Joanna Maksivieska, she said, I want my AI to do my laundry and dishes so I can do art and writing. Not AI to do my art and writing so I can do my laundry and dishes. It's a matter of orienting what we want from technology. Because we see a lot of poetry designed by AI while we're doing jobs that we should be doing if you have the choice. Coexistence, but direction. And of course, cross-influence. What does it mean? We humans, we've been teaching our robots our own idea of reality. But we're starting to see robots teaching us their idea of reality. There's feedback loop. We're learning from robots. If we see robots and AI clearly influenced by humans, now we start seeing humans being influenced by AI, creating new possibilities. That's not bad. And we see a lot of humans and artists using that influence from Midjourney, ChatGPT, Cactus, different tools. So my thesis is that in the era of robots, we have to be more than ever humans and collaborate more. In a world where humans and advanced AI coexist, the true measures of progress lies on our ability to mix, to blend emotions and precision, ethics, judgment, and data processing, creativity and automation. As we stand with that AI and robots, let's ensure that we amplify our humanity and not replace humanity. 감사합니다.